Hello. Wow. Geez. Wow. I knew that was coming. I could have coughed at any point in the last 30 seconds prepping for saying hello, and I just failed to do that. So that's a thing. Let's go back to Twitch, go to channel, copy, paste. Is that my voice? There we go. Shut up. Okay, for some reason, once again, I am only streaming at 720 on Twitch. I legitimately don't know why. And on YouTube, I can change it to 144. So I don't know what it is with Twitch, but there you go. Okay, we need a new background because this is clearly inappropriate for you guys. No, I got a new one ignore that. I got a new one recently. It's Final Fantasy VII one, and I don't know where it is on the playlist. Hold on. Nope. Nope. That's a little too weeb. I might drop that. Again, too weeb. I love this background. There we go. Look. Oh, shit. My fat head. Look, it's Aerith and Tifa. I like this background. It's really cute. Also, it's convenient that it worked out with my desktop over here, so that worked out well. Okay. Let me boot up one or two more things here, and then we'll get going. Let's do music first, because holy cow, it's a little bit too quiet. Where is it at? Come on. Twitch.tv, Gary the Goo Boy, so I can see chat. And then for you guys, we're gonna play. What kind of music are we gonna play? Let's do Sessions Vibe, because we haven't listened to that in a long time, especially because we took you off yesterday because I was gonna go. I had coffee with someone, a librarian, which I thought was adorable. Okay, so I worked on the game since 2 days ago, since you guys last saw it. Let's check it out. Get my phone charger so that way there's no issues in a bit. We did new things. First things first, where is my ODUG? Okay, you see time here? What does that mean? That's what it means. Look at that beautiful. Also, I made it so that when you touch the corner, bloop, it's beautiful. It works all directions. Oh, shoot. I don't know. I think that's pretty cool, right? I know it's kind of jagged when it does that, but like you won't be moving around with the card like this. It's going to be like, oh, there's an object up here. Oh, you can see it. So I thought that was something to work on. Anyway, this is time, desert background, all that good stuff. I actually did every single element. So if we put in something, this is going to look weird, but if we put something like Aether, there you go. There's the Aether background. And I think that's just great. I like it. So everything changes. I think today we're gonna work on decks first and then abilities, or maybe we do abilities first. I don't know, one of the two. So like we have every single element in here. So darkness, the brown description box, that's the only thing. I can change that on a whim. That's easy. I can make it on a per element basis. So like I feel for the ODUG one, for darkness, I feel like darkness should be brighter. So this is the color. It says font color, but you'll get it when we get to it. So this should be something like just the color black. Or no, maybe it should be white. We'll make it the color white with a bit large amount of transparency. See, that looks better to me. But maybe it's too white. Maybe we should make it like 150? I don't know if this actually changed. I guess it would, right? It just makes it more gray. There, that looks better. Okay, we'll probably stick with that for like the color black. But yeah, stuff like that needs to be done. So let's look at all of them just so we're in order here. Entropy. This is gonna look really weird. I'm happy with that color box. It's brown, but it's transparent enough where it just looks like it's a shade of that. I like that. That looks pretty sweet. You know, maybe we will change that. Where is it? Entropy. Maybe we will make it. Let's see what a gray background looks like. Never mind. I like that more. I could change it again, but yeah, that gray does look better than that brown. Man, now I want to do this with every color. We know gravity looks good because that's the one we kind of designed the whole thing around, and that's where the brown came from. Yeah, you see, brown just looks excellent there. Okay, so we have gravity, entropy. What is our order here? Time. Time benefits from the brown because it's a desert background, but I'm worried if we change that Odiug art, is the brown gonna look as good? I think we'll keep it. It's still kind of desert-y, you know? Maybe we could change it later too. Fire. I know this is gonna look bad. You can kind of get away with brown on fire, but yeah, you see, I don't know. Like, you can get away with it, but I feel like it would benefit more from just being like the color black, you know? Or maybe we make it like a shade of red. Let's try it. Let's go like 150, and then we'll go like 50, 50. Yeah, I like that more. It's basically orange, but it's so transparent you can kind of get away with it. Okay, fire, and then we have water. Water looks pretty sweet. That text color needs to change the description box, huh? I'm just looking at these now. It does need to be blue or some shade of white. Let's try blue first. Oh, water is what I changed. Oh, shoot. I didn't even realize that. My bad. So this should be 150, 50, 50. This should be 50, 50, 150. RGB. Too blue. Too blue. Too blue. Let's go like 100. Honestly, still too blue. I feel like maybe we'll just go 50 then. Make it close to black. No. I feel like maybe we'll try 150. We'll go like Aether box on it. Yeah, that looks better. Just some sort of clear delineation. Okay, sweet. Now fire we have to do again because I messed it up. Okay, so with fire, how do we feel about that description box color? I think that's okay. That's fine. It's readable. I'm worried about that fire quanta cost being kind of hard to see for some people. I guess that would be difficult. The text is great. I have no problems with the text at all. If anything, it's a little too big on the title, but that's about it. For the fire one, let's try making that one white. I don't like it. Let's try black instead of just red. Yeah, black looks good. It's just, I need to make that fire quanta clear, and I think that is the way to do it. Fire, water, what was next? Life. Life I know will look terrible because brown does not go with life. Yeah, that brown needs to change. It only looks good because the art is there, but I feel like the brown should be... I almost want to make it the color white, see how that looks. Not green, for sure not green. Let's just try making it a flat 150 across the board, which is the closest thing we're gonna get to white. No, there's not enough delineation between the white and everything else. Let's try black. Yeah, I think black looks the best. I'm wondering if black just looks the best on everything. Do we just make everything the color black? Let's try death. Yeah, death needs to change as well. Like, as we go through this, I wonder if just the color black just looks, you know, the best. Death. We'll just do black for the rest of it, and if it looks weird, then we can change it. Ooh, not darkness. Darkness needs to be white. And then light definitely needs to be black. Okay, so we have death. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe black description boxes are the way to go. Because I'm like looking at the stream on the side here. And from a distance, the black looks good, I think. Yeah. So what was after death? It was life, it was death, and then air. Air should look really good with the black. Yeah, I don't really like the air background like art. Death, the structure of world. Hello, Mr. Code Doyle, how are you? So the air background is good. It's not great. It's like my least favorite background, but air cards are meant to be very, you know, simple. It's the sky. And then we have Earth. Earth, I'm worried the black color is not gonna look good on. Yeah, I don't like the black color on this. I think Earth needs that white background as a contrast. Yeah, that looks better. Some sort of just, I mean, I guess I could make it true black and try that. That's not bad, actually. I don't hate that true black color. No, I don't like it. It makes the outline look weird on the text. Never mind. Let's go back to 150, 150, 150. Yeah, I think the white looks better. I don't know. I have to come back to that. We can change it. It's trivial. Next is darkness again, but this time with a better color. Yeah, I'm coming back to the white now on these darker backgrounds. Okay, sweet. And then light. Light should have the black background, so it should look really good. Ooh, could be darker. That could be darker. Let's do it. Let's try true black. Yeah, I think that looks better with true black. Thinking about adding a way for players to permakill players in my own MMO game I'm making requires players to buy another account. Wow, that sounds like horrific game design. I'm already not a fan of MMOs. Like when I play, well, sorry, to be clear, of MMO PvP. When I play an MMO, I like player versus AI experiences where people band together to kill some boss. That to me is like peak MMO. I'm not a fan of MMOs that are like, oh, we have permanent death PvP for the hardcore raider. I'm not that guy, okay? I am not that person, all right? When Riot Games' MMO comes out, that's gonna be exciting because it's gonna be primarily player versus environment. And I just, that's so wonderful. That's gonna be exciting. Wow, Odiug light is cursed. Okay, so that's it. We have all the elements. Real quick though, before we end the elements part of it, because I did this all off stream, let's quickly look at entropy again, now that we've coming back to it now. Oh, I don't like it. I don't like that white color. I thought that looked good. No, that needs to be a black color, doesn't it? It really does. Let's go true black, actually. Let's see how that looks. Too dark. Never mind. We'll go normal black. That's better. Okay, that's great. We'll stick with black here. In fact, as we go through these, I'm wondering if we just go for a gray background under gravity. Time gets black. Aether gets true black. No, it doesn't. It's too light. Well, we'll try it. Now I'm wondering if it's just some variation of white and black on all these backgrounds as I kind of look through these. It's kind of ending up how it's working out here. Gravity definitely needs a darker background. So gravity goes true black. Yeah, I think the black looks good. And then we have time. Time currently has normal black. Oh yeah, that needs that dark background too. It's kind of shocking how much I need like really, really, really dark description boxes. I didn't think that was going to be a thing. Yeah, that does look better with the black, doesn't it? Damn, I didn't think that would be a thing, but there you go. I guess it makes it better for readability, huh? So the only other one now is Aether. Aether has true black, and it might be too dark. I don't know. It's the lightest background. Yeah, I think that's the best we're gonna do. Aether cards are already kind of hard to see, so I think that's kind of the most we can save it. Yeah, Code Toilet, you're making an MMO. Oh, that's exciting. Is that like a fantasy MMO or like a gun shooty? All right. So now that all being said, let's make a spell and relic card. Once we do that, because that's the Odiug. As you see this right now, with the exception of the cost. Hold on, I gotta change that. 3. As you see this card here right now, that's probably how it's gonna look in the game. Like, this is the completed card. We are done designing cards, okay? This is the final look. So now it's game logic. Now that we have all that good stuff. We'll worry about like field representation later. So we're gonna have, instead of a 256 art piece like you see in game here, I'm gonna have a 256 divided by 4, which is 64. 64 by 64. We'll have a separate art in, you know, the program, in the files of the same art piece, but 64 by 64, and then that'll be its like representation on the field and all that. Essentially, players would have 2 HP bars, one for their soul, which will be healed or hurt by using special magic. The other would be for body, which is like a normal kind of HP, and resets on normal death. Oh, interesting. I mean, generally I'm turned off by, also we have a debug for text here. That's why you see like text with multiple letters. So let me show you. Uh-oh. Oh, whoops. That's why. So, this is my text debug. So basically we can fit 5 lines of text max on any given line, assuming they all fit correctly within that rectangle of room for text, which I think is going to be plenty of text. So probably comes out to like 4 or 5 words per line. That seems like plenty, because as we test, you know, the devour mechanic, like that's pretty readable, right? Destroy target creature, next line, with less HP than gain, next line, +1/+1. That should be fine. Sweet. And devour gets its own line, so we have almost 2 full lines to work with after that. That should be plenty. What happens when you have 0 soul? You lose your account. I don't know if I would ever... That reminds... I mean, aren't you just describing EVE Online? Isn't that what you're reinventing there? I feel like EVE Online has that exact thing, right? Where you die and you can either start a new account for free, but you got a really crappy ship and you got to earn your way in the world, or you buy with real money a better ship. It was a little bit pay to win, to be fair. Okay, so what are we doing now? We are going to be making 2 new cards, a relic and a spell, which luckily we can adapt a lot of the same code we did before. All this like rendering, text, all that stuff, a lot of it's the same. The only difference is we are not going to be displaying certain stats, because like if you're a relic, you don't need to display your stats for whatever reason. Now, good news, because we are designing the game from scratch, we can kind of fuck around in a way that the original elements of the game didn't. I'm thinking we could have something that's very easy to implement, like animate relic, for example, right? So you take your little hourglass relic or whatever you have in the field, empathy, you can then use animate relic on it, and then it has its own stats unique to that relic. That's going to be pretty easy to implement because we already have a way to add cost to, or not cost, a stats, HP and attack to a card. So if that's the case, I don't think it's too hard to like make a relic, give it stats depending on the relic if it were animated, and then just, you know, turn it into a creature. I don't think that's difficult. The only thing you'd really, honestly, the only thing you'd really be changing, unless we do something different later, is just its, well, actually, it would just be under a different vector. That's the only difference. If it's even that. Wait, what kind of vectors do I have? I have, well, besides the elements one we need to add, we have a vector for creature. So yeah, the only difference it would be was we would, that's difficult. Maybe we just have a separate creature card for every relic with the exact same abilities, except its creature form. Oh, but then what happens if you like make a relic a creature and you change its ability to like destroy or something like Maxwell's Demon, and then you turn a creature into a relic? You can't just copy data. You have to actually move it from one to the other. That's difficult. Zippy, hello! With your pink text. Mwah. By the way, accounts are per server instead of per game copy. You would be able to get the game for free, but to play on the official server, you'd have to buy an account. That's very ambitious, Code Toil. I don't know if people... Like, I'm thinking, like, if Riot Games did that, where it's like you have to spend money to play, how many people would do that in the Riot Games community? And whatever that is, divide that number for you by, like, maybe 2 million. You buy identities instead of copies of the game? I mean, is there a difference? Like, at a certain point, aren't you just rebuying the game to have a right to play it, regardless of how it's phrased? Okay, so that's everything before we actually start on decks. Let's make a relic. Okay, so under the game loop, we'll come back to that in a second. Let's do it. So in order to make a relic, we're gonna do everything the same for now, and then we're just gonna take away anything we don't need. So copy. Nothing private, right? Okay, sweet. So everything is the same thing. The only difference is we're gonna add a new public number here. We're gonna go, we already have an element type for every card, and that can change if I ever wanted it to, which it won't, but it could. I'm thinking then, what's like a good classification for relic? If we only have 3 options, relic, spell, creature. I guess we could have like equipment too, to be fair. And it could be like spell, instant, spell, duration, and we just use that as like the differentiation. Well, no, that would be under individual things, wouldn't it? So what if we just have an int M card classification, and I want that to be long because I don't want to change it much accidentally. Okay, M card classification. Or maybe, because spells will never get changed into creatures or all that, right? I don't know how to do this correctly. Maybe like a Boolean value, like is creature, something like that. But then why even have the difference between a relic and a creature anyway? Why not just make relics creatures with a Boolean value? I kind of like that, actually. Ooh, I like that a lot. Let's just dump relic and make everything a creature. But then we have a, yeah, I like that. So we're not even gonna have a relic class. We're just gonna have a bool is creature. And I want that to be public for a reason. We'll change it later. Yeah. And if it's a creature, it's gonna be true. And if it's false, then it won't be. And can change places depending on that. Because if it's is creature false, then the creature would turn into a relic, but everything else is the same. And its stats won't matter. So that's okay, sweet. Just make them all entity? Well, no, because an instant spell card will be significantly different than a creature or a relic. But I want relics to have stat lines, so if you animate the relic, it turns into a creature. And I think it's easier if we just classify most things as creatures. That isn't a spell. I think that's how we should do it. Yes, they would be able to self-host servers. If you give them a 48-hour trial, the chances of them buying the full game is much greater. Well, I know there's a lot. I've seen a lot of game development stuff recently. I don't like a lot of the advice given when it comes to like how to make a game. I don't like it because there's a lot of not good advice. It's like, hey, how do I sell something on Steam? Or how do I make a good game that sells a lot on Steam? And it's like, well, you should actually sell it for $15 and then mark it on sale instantly down to $7. I don't like that advice. If you want to make a game that sells, you just make a good game. It'll do fine. Okay? People aren't stupid. If it has a good trailer and it looks interesting, people will buy it. Do you really, I'm looking at my Steam account, right? Do you really think I would have ever played Backpack Battles if it was described to me? Probably not. But you know, you click on it and hold on. And it looks interesting and it's like, oh, cool. It's like a bunch of cool stuff. And then it's like $12. It's like, okay, yeah, I'll buy that. You know, it's a fun game. I like Backpack Battles. Recently came out with the full version too. And I just, is creature equals new value, and that's it. And then we have to, before I forget, come down to the OTUG here. OTUG dot is creature true. Oh, save it. And then that should work. That doesn't work. Why? Oh, that's a function. Oh, whoops. Auto change creature. Now save it. There we go. That's what I wanted. Okay, sweet. So that's all that needs to be there for now. Yeah. That's fine. I'm almost debating changing the name creature then. Entity? No, because this isn't an entity. Ah, whatever. It'll say creature. Everything's a creature. Back to game dev. Plus in our JSON file, all we have to do is be like, is this a relic? Yes. Then change creature false. That's the only difference. And I like that. I like the idea is that what if you take like a mana generating relic and you animate it and you take that risk? I think there should be a good reward. I think it should be like a 0.50 or something stupid. And it just, you know, be interesting. Back to game dev. Malphabeth, you bet. I'm not trying to say what to do as I have never done it myself, and I'm not going to use the I took game design in college card as I hate doing that. If you're going for sales, a good game does help, especially with the price on it. But if you're looking for a happy and growing multiplayer base, then having a free version would definitely help that. Yeah, I think a free version's fine. I just worry that a lot of game devs are worried more about like how do I say this? Also, this should be protected. Are worried more about like how to sell a game than like having the game, you know? Does that make sense? I definitely want that to be protected. I don't want, that is a very sensitive Boolean value there. So we definitely need to access the change creature function in order to access it. Normally I would just make this public if you're gonna have a way to change it at a whim, but I do want this function to operate like this, because we're going to be calling change creature a variety of ways, and you'll see. I worry I'm always coming across wrong and get a little defensive. Sorry if I do that. No worries. Hey, I don't hate. I appreciate. All right. Okay. What are we doing now? First of all, how does my mic sound? Is my mic too poppy? I don't know. I'm always worried about that. I don't think it is, but like, I'm also a moron. I don't know if it like sounds bad or if it's calm. Is that bad? My voice is nice, sure, but the quality of it? Wouldn't community servers act as a free version? I am not the right person to ask because I would not play a PvP MMO. I don't know how to make an MMO. I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I wouldn't know where to start. I feel like when you make an MMO, it's not, I'm trying to think about how, like, game design seems like the least important part of an MMO. It seems like it's more of a test of your infrastructure skills. Like, if you can handle the infrastructure of an MMO, that's like a 2-year project solo minimum, right? Like, you're not gonna make an infrastructure for an MMO in like on your own anytime less than like 2 years, right? How big, before you even start on the game, how big are the servers going to be in an MMO? Bigger than you think. Very big. Very big. There's so much that must be checked with on the server. Okay, anyway. So now we have this. Let's make a relic. So, coming down to our next thing here. We're gonna call these relics. Then, what's the first relic we're ever gonna make in this game? What do I have art for? The fucking Pomni background. Ooh. What do I have art for? What's a permanent we could use here? We have Quanta Tower. A lot of creatures. Entropy Shield, but that's just gonna be for the shield. That's its own thing. Oh, we have Entropy Pillar. That's a good one. Yeah, we could use that as our, like, example. Otherwise, that's a spell. That's momentum. That's a spell. That's reverse time. Yeah, a lot of these really are creatures. That's ricochet. I guess we'll just use shield as the example for the shield equipment, which is a relic, but that's different. Yeah, I guess we'll just use Entropy Pillar as the example then, huh? Sweet. Okay, so let's make a new card. VRT Entropy Pillar. So Entropy Statue. We need a better name for that. What's a better name for that? Maxwell's Pillar. We'll call it that, because Maxwell's something we're not going to implement in the new game, so just, it's fine. So we're going to copy paste some elements. The only difference is, instead of calling it Odiug, we're going to call it Maxwell. Maxwell change creature, false. Maxwell. This is Entropy Pillar. Maxwell. Everything is the same here. The text we're going to change, obviously, but we'll come back to that. Maxwell. Listen, all right, before anyone's like, oh, use the JSON file. We haven't even made one yet, okay? It's fine. Don't worry, we'll get there. This is just so we can, like, make the game. And then once we get to the point of making content, we'll worry about JSON files. Okay, all that is beautiful, and now we come up here, we change it to Maxwell's. Also a good way to test the title length. Maxwell's Pillar. Cost is gonna be 3, actually. Text will be oh god, what is that ability called? Oh, I forgot what Maxwell's Demons Elements, the game wiki. I forgot what the actual ability is called. Maxwell's Demon Paradox. Kill target creature if its attack is higher than its defense. Okay. It was here. Paradox. It was 2 spaces, right? 1, 2. Okay. Paradox. Destroy target creature if its HP is if its attack is higher than its HP. Copy. Just copy paste the whole thing. Again, this looks goofy. I am aware of that. We have to overhaul abilities. Shut the fuck up, okay? The spaces might have to change too. Isn't there a function that allows you to select all of a name and edit a specific part? Not in my program. Maybe in Visual Studio. But we're not going to be doing it anyway. You're only going to see that one more time when we make a spell, and even then half of it's going to get deleted. This is just for like making the game, and we're going to make a deck out of it, out of these 3 cards that we're going to make. And then once we get to the point of designing the cards, or implementing them really, we can cross that bridge of like making a JSON file and then just making a bunch of cards that way for data entry. Because man, oh man, is data entry going to be a blast. If this gets animated, how many stats do we want to give it? It must exist. So for now, we'll just put space. But I feel like when you animate a relic, it should be very unique, right? Okay. Beautiful. Okay. So everything is the same. So we're going to test this by creature data 1. That's the only difference. So let's do it. That crashed. Why? Failed to load surface of texture. Oh, did I spell it wrong? VRTO entropy pillar. Oh, whoops. Added the extra O. My bad. Okay. I forgot to update the second part of it. Oh, the spaces are wrong. Okay, hold on. The black part, the space is off by 1. Oh, no, it's not. It's not off by 1. That's so weird. It's because the white text is 1 pixel down and 1 pixel right of the black text, but that's enough to make it jump to the next line. That's weird. Okay, well, I guess we just delete a space on each of these. Just do it that way. And then we also need to make this entropy. I forgot. This is an entropy card. Go! That doesn't look good. Maybe I spaced it 1 too many times. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, that doesn't look bad. Everything still works on the card flippy part. With the amount of fiberglass I got in my hands from a kit card during high school, I must say my bed was full of it. Ah! You need to add a secret summon your mum? Ah! You need to add a secret summon. Other players need to go to bed. Picture of Cthulhu. No! We gotta play this for reals. Also, that cost is way too low. That is Paradox, baby. That should cost 3. Wait, I made a function for this. Hold on. I made a function for this. Ha ha ha! Or not a function, but I already implemented this. Look at this. Oh, look how good that looks. Does that make chat at a glance? Does this make sense? Do you understand what's going on here? I think that makes sense, because at no point in this entire game will any ability cost more than 3 mana of whatever, right? Sorry, Quanta. No more than 3 Quanta of like anything will be the ability cost. I think the title looks good. I think this thing looks great, actually. I really like this. Is there a submissive card that makes the other player miss a turn? There's no such thing as skip a turns, but in this game, there is no such thing as like a step, right? If you guys know Yu-Gi-Oh, the whole game is defined by steps, right? In this game, there's no such thing as like a draw step. So what you could do theoretically is it's your turn, you play everything out, and you click your hand to draw. You don't have to draw every turn even. You could like not draw a turn. You just have to click your deck, right? So I think that's kind of cool, because with that design, what that means is you could theoretically have a creature that's like every time your opponent draws a card, you know, destroy a creature, right? And that's really powerful, but your opponent doesn't have to draw a card, right? You can choose not to. I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying we would ever do that, but you know, it's cool. What if I misclick? Get better, scrub. What the fuck? You gonna misclick in this game? Nah. You'll learn to click correctly, all right? Don't forget to draw. I think that's gonna be cool. I like this. I think that's super clear. I think it's obvious. I think it's obvious that that costs 3 mana. I hope it's obvious. Because if you look at the original card here, let me show you the original Maxwell's Demon. Elements, the game wiki, which I am not implementing in this way because fuck this card. But I wanted to show a little love to it because we're not gonna have pillars in this game. Boom. Okay, so this is Maxwell's Demon. Yes, this is a creature made in Spore. It was an old game. What do you like more, chat? The one on the left or the one on the right? I think I like the one on the left more. I think I do. The one on the right is pretty clear about its ability cost, but I feel like the one on the left, one, is significantly easier to read, even though it's on smaller text. I don't know. It just feels, I just like the one on the left way more. The only thing I don't like about my cards is the not rounded corners. That kind of sucks. But having its own sharpness, it has its own appeal, you know? Instructions unclear. Dick stuck in ceiling fan? Wow. It's an old meme, sir, but it checks out. Will there be an Easter egg that turns colors black and white? Love me some Easter eggs? I don't know. Like, I think before we worry about Easter eggs, I think we just need to make a fun game, right? Like, everybody loves the cow level from Diablo 2, but like, would that cow level be as fun if it was in like Diablo 4? No, because the game sucks. Diablo 2 is like one of the greatest video games ever made, so any Easter egg is super appreciated, right? It's an inside joke. Like, but we need to make a good game before we worry about like anything else. Also, fuck Maxwell's Demon. I hate that fucking card. Imagine its hardest counter being itself. Also, this is too cheap. Okay, hold on. This needs to be at minimum like 5 cost. It's a good card. 5. There we go. That's better. Oh, so much better. I just can't stop looking at it. Like, damn, I'm proud of what we built. Like you guys had anything to do what I built. Left looks more crisp. I think adding a bevel would bring it to the next level. Bevel on the art or bevel on the description box? Which bevel are you talking about? You're probably talking about the art, right? I could add a bevel. Hell, fuck it. Let's try it. Let's do it right now. Where's my draw rect for the border? There should be 2 of them. It's right here. Oh, no. I want it around art. That'll never change. Art is rendered. Where is art rendered? It would be after the background. It'd be before the quanta symbols. That's the render draw color. That's the fill mode for the font. M location, M temp location, draw color black. Art, there we go. Okay, that's what it is. So this M location is the location of the art box. So I guess what we could do is instead of drawing a rectangle around the art, so this should be nothing now. Okay, sweet. What if we then, before we drew that, we set render draw color to white, which is 255, 255, 255, and then we SDL set render, or no, render draw line float value, renderer, and then it's going to need 4 locations. It's going to need an X, a Y, and an X and a Y. The X and Y will be M location dot X, M location dot Y, which is the XY value. Then we're going to need M location parentheses. This is important. We can't just do M location dot width because it doesn't know where that is on the screen. So it's going to be M location dot width plus, or X plus M location dot width. And that's going to be its second value that it's going to. And then the Y value will be M location dot Y. It's going to be the same Y value. So if that worked, we should just have a single white line, and it doesn't work because I'm missing a parentheses. There we go. We have a single white line right below the title, Maxwell's Pillar. So I guess what we can do here is draw the outline of a bevel using just a bunch of white lines. Well, white lines on the top and left, black lines on the bottom and right. I guess I could do that. That wouldn't be that hard. So we just do the same thing again, except it's Y minus 1. And then this is my Y minus 1. So now, there we go. Now we have a solid white line. Except this is also going to be minus 1. So we can go a little further. And then this is going to be plus 1. There we go. We now have the introduction of a bevel. Okay, sweet. We just do the same things again. We should just copy and paste both. Boom. 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 Does this make sense what we're doing here? We're just drawing a bunch of lines. That's all we're doing. Okay. Fourth step, making my pants down ass. What? How do you prefer C++ 23 versus 17? I'm going to be honest with you, chat. I don't know if I could ever do anything without modules. Holy shit. How do you unironically... Like, chat, let's say you want to make a program that calculates time for the user. How fucking dare you make me type hashtag include chrono, hashtag include math, hashtag include IO stream, hashtag include vector, all that shit, right? Or import STD. Holy shit, this is amazing. Oh my God, I love it. Dude, imagine unironically having to type fucking... Oh, the nightmares. Also, we should call this bevel before I forget. So this is now the left side. So X is the same, Y is the same, but our endpoint is going to be Y plus height. That's where it's ending. And then, no, fuck, I'm sorry. This is just X and nothing else. That's our X value. The Y value will be Y minus M location dot height. So now we're gonna have another line here. I did something wrong. Holy shit. Wait, why is that going up? That should be going down. Why is that going up? That should be... Oh, it's plus height. Whoops, my bad. There we go. That's beautiful. No trailing lines. I mean, you guys wouldn't tell, I would. It's locked at 60 FPS in the program. It's just sometimes if you have a bunch of SDL lines drawing via your graphics card, it trails a bit on the graphics, but this doesn't look too bad. Okay, now we do this for this line. So it's gonna be X minus 1 is the start point. Y minus 1 is also the start point, so that's correct. This is just going to be X plus 1. No. The X isn't going to change. This is X minus 1. The Y value, however, will be plus M location dot header dot height minus 1 plus 1. Sorry, we're going opposite here. Okay, if everything worked, there we go. There's side 2 of our bevel. Okay, and we'll compare, we'll come back. All right, so now the bottom right. I'm debating whether or not I want the bottom right of the bevel to be black or gray. Probably want gray, right? Well, let's do black for now, and then we'll worry about gray in a bit. So this is the same thing, except we're going top right to bottom right. So this is going to be X plus M location dot width, because that's our starting point. It's going to be Y, and then it's going down to X plus width, Y plus M location. This is what we're moving as the Y value. Dot height. Sweet. And then the line going after it is going to be, let me think, this plus 1, Y value minus 1 is correct because we're making a new corner. M location plus 1. Yes. And then this is just, this is this plus 1. Okay, if everything worked, we should now have new black lines on the right side. Black is too dark. Whoops. Also, white is too white. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Let's finish out these last 2 lines here, and then we'll change colors, because that's way too dark and light. I've never had the opportunity to get any. Nobody wants me. Ah! It's the only thing I say other people don't have. What? You guys, standard library, STD, Jesus. Perverts. Okay, let's go X, because we are starting on the bottom left here. So we're going to go X is normal. Y is our starting point. So that, oh, yeah. It's Y plus M location dot height. That's our bottom left start. Then it's going to go to the same X value plus M location dot width, because that's our ending value. And then we're ending it on the bottom right, so it's these 2. Okay, that's perfect. Same thing here, except minus 1 is correct. Plus M location dot height plus 1, because we're going bottom left. Then we're going to end it at this value plus 1. And then it's going to end at this value the same way. Okay. Sweet. I think I just did it. Excellent. Okay, so now we have a bevel, but the white and black doesn't look good. I don't like the white and black. The white and black needs to change. We could make this on a per color basis. Or, I guess, no, I don't want to make it on a per color basis. On a per, like, element basis. What if we just make it, like, gray? Also, just real quick, I need to do this so we don't mess up anything else. Make that gray, and then make that, like, less gray. That looks a little better. I feel like, ooh, should it be based on the element color now that I'm looking at it? I don't know. What do you guys think? Katybug, hello! Level with me. Okay, guys, hold on. I'm gonna zoom in for you. Okay, so we're doing a bevel right now, okay? In this bevel, okay? So this is our bevel, around the art specifically, right? So we're doing a bevel. Gray doesn't look good, right? Like, it screams purple, yeah? Everyone agrees? Here's the problem. That very same bevel color is, I know you guys don't see anything, give me half a second. That very same bevel color is also going to apply to something like time. Now it screams like it wants to be yellow, right? I think we need to make the bevel color based on like, it's based on the element type, you know? I do agree the bevel looks good in terms of just its existence, but like, I feel like it's not enough to just have gray. I think it should be based on like the color. But that's easy-ish. Here's all we have to do, okay? Because we have a font type. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna come back here to element. Oops. Come back here to element. All we're gonna do is implement new things. SDL color. Quanta bevel 1. SDL color. Quanta bevel 2. Then we're gonna have a new function for auto set or make bevel color, calling for 2 SDL color 1 SDL color 2, and then this is going to return boop void, and then we just change those two values. So copy paste is equal to color 1 is equal to color 2. Control, go back to our card module. Instead of set render draw color, all we have to do now is element type dot quanta bevel 1, and then we set a, ooh, this doesn't take an SDL color, does it? It takes uint 8 values. That's gonna get annoying, but are we really inserting 8 uint 8 values? No, we're gonna do better than that. We're gonna do SDL set render draw color. Chat, this is gonna look hideous. Bear with me here. Renderer element type dot quanta whatever dot R. Oh no. Oh, that is hideous. R G B alpha copy paste, except this is going to be bevel 2. Okay, I think I just did it. All right, so now it's gonna be a totally different thing. Oh, it doesn't even exist. Yeah, it just defaults to gray. Okay, so Now we have to define with every element the same additional colors. SDL color, entropy bevel color 1, some values, SDL color, I guess we'll just 0, 0, 0, 255, copy, paste, 2. And all we do is just come down here. We do that again and again and again and again. Okay. And we just do that for every element. Sweet. Easy work, right? Gary, make a JSON file. Ah, this is fine. Don't worry about it. This is easy peasy, boys. Look. Oh, look at that. It's almost like we have a system now. Paste, paste, copy, copy, paste, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, paste, copy. Man, you know, I feel like there's probably a million ways we could make this more convenient, but for our sake, it's fine. We're half designing the card UI as we go here, so it kind of makes sense why this is so monotonous, but bear with me. Oops, that was a mistake. Paste, copy, highly functioning, low EQ, high IQ, high asshole. Ah! Can you just multiply the background color to make it brighter or darker? Yes. I could do that. Do I want to? No. I feel like part of the charm of, you know, this is that part of the charm of Elements of the game is the beautiful, like, art and the background art of the cards. I feel like there would be diminishment if I just darkened it, you know? Like, I feel like that's part of the fun. Okay. Sweet. So now it should render black. That rendered gray. Uh-oh, why? The entropy should be 000255. Why? Oh, I never actually make it. Oh, shit. Sorry. Entropy dot make bevel color. Take 2 colors. This, comma, this. Okay, that might help. Jesus Christ. Okay, now it'll work. There's our black color. Okay, sweet. So that can be changed in a bit, but for now, let's copy and paste a few things here. That didn't work. Somebody said you could just, like, copy. No, I don't believe him. I don't believe him. Can I, like, shift click that? Or how do I highlight something and then highlight, paste? Nah, it doesn't work. Thought we could. Good news, chat. Making the JSON file is going to be easy. We've already done all the work. Fire, 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 fire. Whoops. Fire. Good news, chat. This is going to be super fun to, like, pick out colors for everything, because it's going to need a creative eye. Man, this is quite monotonous, isn't it? I gotta head out. Sorry I couldn't stay long. Have a good night. See you later, Katie Bug. Sorry. I saw you playing Final Fantasy VII for a bit. Love. Sorry. Oh, man. If I was a better streaming friend, I would have asked her like the title she had earlier on her stream. She was like, friends always betray you. And I was like, Katybug, what was that title? Copy, paste, darkness, 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 light. Okay, sweet. All right. Every element has its own color. Every element has its own like bevel. Okay, now we can actually design. Okay. So we go over to entropy. RGB. Purple is R and B. So let's try like a really dark purple to start. So like 50, 0, 50. And then on the bottom, no, the top left would be like 150, 0, 150, and then 50, 50. Let's see how that looks. Too purple. Does anyone have like a hex website? Someone give me a random song title and a genre, please. I'm bored. Song title and genre. Have you ever listened to, have you ever listened to Fast Car by Tracy Chapman? There you go. Have fun with that song. Great song. Excellent song. Okay, so what's next? We are purple. Way too bright. I like the bottom right color because it's like a dark purple. So we need like a pink. So we need like, let's try like 250, 250. It's gonna be like a really bright purple. Too bright, too neon. It needs to be, we need like a find RGB something. Color picker online. Stop. Oh, there we go. Okay. We need, I need almost like a pinkish, like that. Okay, what is this? This is this number. RGB. Let's try that. Wow, that is almost, wow, that bevel is so accurate. God, I have a great eye for color. That bevel is so on that it matches the background and it might as well not exist. That's how good I am at color. Holy shit. God, that's on the fucking record. Microsoft Power Toys, a bunch of awesome stuff for programming, including a native color picker. Ooh. Okay, so let's do this. Let's make it a darker magenta. Like that, like eggplant. Oh my God. Are we always calling entropy eggplant from now on? That's kind of cute. That's a good bevel. Is it? Chad, how do you feel about that bevel? Yay or nay? Hold on, let me zoom in for you so you guys can actually see it. How do you feel about that bevel around the art? Yay or nay? Like, should we change the bottom right color? Should we change the bottom left color? Like, what do you guys think? I think the top left color might match the background too much, and the bottom right color might be a wrong shade of purple. Actually, I like the top left color. It's very subtle. It's meant to be a bevel, not a border, right? So I feel like we just make the same color darker. Let's try that. I know you guys aren't going to see this. Bear with me here a second. We'll just make it darker. Same everything, just a darker purple. See how this looks. That's much better. I think I like this bevel a lot. That looks so much better than just the black border, right? I think so. Let me, let's zoom out again. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this actually. Print screen. I'm gonna see what the community thinks. Not us, this community, the Elements community. Oh, this is my background, by the way. This is my other monitor. Hello! Damn, 15 viewers. Holy shit. Hi, everyone. Let's grab this. Grab it. No. Crop it. Boop. File, save as. Entropy bevel. What was that? Buzz Yoy 69 is following. Thank you. I appreciate it. So let's go minimize that for a second. Minimize that for a second. Come over here to the Elements Discord. Oh, you're in the Discord too. Hello. Okay. Hold on. Stop. Yay or nay on the bevel color? I struggle having an eye for what looks good color-wise. I'm gonna see what the Elements community actually thinks about it because, you know, I like it. I think that's good. I like this card. I like Maxwell's Pillar. Very cute. Then what's our other card we have here? Odiug? How do we feel about our card so far? The bevel adds a lot, doesn't it? Yeah. Looking at the old border we had around that Odiug art, it's just black. It looks boring. I think people were right to suggest a bevel. Maybe the bevel should even be like one. No, I think the thickness is fine of it. But yeah, definitely needs to be on a per element basis what the bevel color is. What's your background? Oh, this? This is wallpaper engine. What border? What one is it? Hatsune Miku Time to Play. That is the background. Made by Coomer Warlord. There you go. That's a name you're not gonna forget. I have a new background. It's look at this. Oh, look at that background. It moves very slowly, but it moves. You see it a lot with Aerith. I like this. It's super cute. Damn, I wanted a good Final Fantasy VII background. And you know what? Why not have the ladies? Okay. So here's what we're gonna have an issue with, chat. Look at this. So you see that bevel color and how that looks so good under entropy? This is why we have to have a per element color difference. We go over to max, oh, black border. Okay, so you don't see the purple, but there's light, for example. So we'll come back to that in a second. But yeah, having that black border around the art kind of looks ugly, doesn't it? I mean, it's functional, very functional, but it's ugly, you know? It needs to have a little zuzu boo, you know? Okay, let's, what are we doing next? We have entropy done. What about, what was next? Gravity. Okay, so gravity's next. You know what? We could just do Odiug, because Odiug is our resident gravity card, right? So, resident gravity. What should it be? It should be dark brown orange on the top left, and then darker brown orange on the right. So let's go to our RGB picker here. Like that color? Maybe shadow is what it's called. All right, let's try shadow. Copy. Where's our element for gravity? Paste. And then our bevel color 2 is going to be the darker version of that. Birch? Bitch? Sorry, I make myself laugh. Chat, if you can't make yourself laugh, what's the point? All right, let's try this. Okay, the bottom right looks good. The top left matches the background too much, and it needs to be a little bit darker. So let's try like 101, 84, 53. I still don't like it. I just don't want to end up with black. Maybe don't know. Like the background's Jupiter, right? That's like Jupiter is like the gravity color scheme. That would be why. Never mind, I'm dumb. Yeah, well, Hatsune Miku's not an anime, okay? And Miku isn't weeb. It's appreciating Japanese music. Why not just multiply the background color to make it brighter or darker? Why not just multiply the background color? That way you have the same hue, but different brightness. Because I think we can be more creative than shades of one color. Like, we have full control over the game. We're making the game engine. We might as well get exactly what we want out of it, you know? Plus, think about how many card games out there, like, do the same thing and like minimal effort. Like, doing everything we're doing, like, I feel like people can sense. I think people, whether they know it or not, but what's the red letter media comment? You may not notice, but your brain does. I think people have a general sense of like quality. And taking the time like this is what it means to have quality, you know? I think that bevel is fine because we're gonna have different art. I think it just looks awkward because so much of the Odiug art is like brown earth. So if we have a different kind of card, that brown is gonna look better. I think this is fine. Okay, gravity, fine. I'm happy with that. Time is gonna be tougher. Let's switch back to the other card so you guys just don't have to keep staring at Odiug all day. Anyone who watched the design up to this point has been seeing that Odiug card a lot. Okay. See, look, we have Maxwell's Pillar. Obviously, the card art is a completely different element, but like that brown, I think that looks good. I think it matches the gravity background pretty well. Now, that being said, let's come back. Let's change this to... What's after gravity? Time. What color is time? Do we want to go for a yellow bevel or a brown bevel? What do you guys think? I don't know. I don't know. I don't like the black border. It's functional, I just don't like it. It's not creative, you know? I feel like we should have some variation on the sand. So let's go for like a much brighter orange than the other color we had. Let's go for like a, yeah, like a yellowish orangish. Let's go for like, it's gotta be a little darker than a desert. Yuma is the color we're picking. Copy. Time. Boom. And then we're gonna go for a much darker, slightly darker, Clay Creek. Go. Too tan, not enough brown. The brightness looks great. I think the color, like, shade difference is great. Oh, I see what you're saying, Sassy Fajita. On the bevel, I see what you're saying. You're saying just make it so that the whole bevel is one color, but half of it is like a darker shade. That's probably a better way to do it. You're right. But you know, I like to make things difficult. So what did we say? Less tan, more yellow. So let's try sycamore. And then Dallas as like the alternate here. Go. Still too brown, not enough orange. So we just need a whole new like branch here. We need like this. What do we call it? Driftwood, Anzac. Let's try Anzac. We'll go really red value here. And then the darker Potter's Clay. Actually, that's kind of cool. Potter's Clay time. Okay, we nailed the the bottom right color. The top left color is too bright. It matches the background too much, in other words. I did nail the background color. It's just too much like the background color. So a little bit darker. Like tussock. So really lowering that red value there. I think that looks good. That looks appropriate. There's a bevel. It's noticeable, but it's not distracting. I like it. I think that looks good. Okay, sweet. Time is done. Now we do Aether. Aether's gonna be a fucking nightmare. Oh, I can already sense it. I already know what's wrong. Oops, redo. I can already, like, this is gonna not be fun. It's gonna be hard because Aether is like the hardest color to like do anything with. It's so bright. Like, I almost just want to keep the black border. Like, the black border, like, no matter what you do, the contrast is gonna be so high between the foreground, the background, or the bevel and the background, that I almost wonder if we just keep the black border around the art and that is our bevel. I mean, we could try. So what is it? Like a very like winter blue, like a bright winter blue is like our starting point. So like this, honestly, that might be too dark. So we'll try that. 244 on the blue. Oh my God. Okay, where's my Aether? Is here. Jesus. And then a little bit darker for the bevel. Gulf Stream. Like this, I think it might be too dark. Actually, that doesn't look bad. That doesn't look bad at all. Does the whole thing need to be beveled on the whole card? No way, right? The black border needs to be there. But I do like the bevel. Yeah, shit. Chat, I hate it when you guys are right. God damn it. Okay, fire should be trivial. I could just pick out the color. I already know the... Well, I don't know. Do I know? Fire is gonna need yellowy, orangey, reddy. Probably go for a red more than anything else. Well, what are we gonna end on? It's gonna be like a dark orange red in the bottom right corner of that art, right? So maybe we don't want too red. We'll see. We'll try like a dark red orange. Like that. We'll start with red damask. And then we'll end it on a darker burnt umber. Now that, oh, come on. How is that not perfect? It's not perfect because that is too brown. Like the top left works, but the bottom right looks kind of fugly. It needs to be more red. More red. I think that's what we do here. So we'll just change it to a more red. Still burnt umber, but it's a more, but it's a less green value. I think that's the only difference here. I still don't like it. What's wrong? It's almost like it's still too red. Or too brown. So, I mean, do we go more to the right? More like a spicy red than a burnt red? That's just too strong. Wow, red's hard to find for. Maybe we go the opposite. Maybe the issue is we're going too red over and over and it's just an issue. So let's go like orange. That's like time orange. We want like dark orange. Espresso. Ooh. No, this is going to be too brown. West Coast? No, that's too brown. I don't want to go yellow. This is hard. Mahogany? I guess we could go for like true red here. Knock this down to like 50-50 or something. This is so difficult. What did the original Elements the game do for fire cards? Elements, the game, wiki. Boom. Okay, what did you do for fire cards here? Okay, so their version of a bevel. Let's do Deflagration. That's a classic card. Didn't even have a color. Thanks. Oh, God. Didn't even have a color. They just went for black and white. I'm not doing black and white. Also, they have a really thick bevel. Wow. I guess it was just, it's okay if it's hard to see, huh? I don't know. I guess we could go for like a way bright background. I wasn't really planning around that, but I guess I could go for like torch red. And then a slightly darker like Thunderbird. Color names. Still too bright. I don't like how bright that is on the top left. What if we just have a desaturated version? What if everything's the same, except it's desaturated AF? It's still too, like, fuzzy wuzzy brown. Oh my God, please work. Same thing. Let's go for like a desaturated sanguine brown. That's better. What if we just try out black again? What does that even look like? What if we go for like black and then like a gray, you know? How does that look? That does look the best. Fuck me. God damn it. Fucking... Oh, that's so annoying. How black just works. I don't like that. Oh, it's so perfect. I think black has to work with this fire. It just looks the best. It's so good. Well, let's not make it true black like the other color though. What if we start at gray and we start with like 80, 80, 80, and then end like 20, 20, 20. So it's not true black. No, I like it the other way. So it's pretty black like the border, and then it kind of goes up to 80, 80, 80. There we go. Okay, I like that. I think that's the best we're gonna do. It just, I think it needs that black color to look good as a bevel. Okay, next. Water? Man, I guess we spent all our time with fire then, huh? All right, so water is gonna be much easier. Oh, man. Water needs to be... Water, first of all, it needs a much darker font color. No, darker. Yes. Okay. So now the top left of it should just be dark blue and the bottom right's dark blue, right? Okay, this is going to be much easier. Not quite magenta. We're not doing that. So we need like dark blue. Yeah, like a navy blue. And then we need like a really dark blue. Tangoroa. All right. Okay, bottom right color looks great. Top left color, too bright. We'll go for Catalina blue. Do. Still too bright. I guess we can go for like a Gulf blue. Just not making much of a difference here, you know? We'll keep that. When we make a water card, though, that might change. That's just a really bright blue, you know? I just don't want... Maybe we go for, like, more of a silver blue. Maybe that's the answer there. Maybe we go for, like... Comet. And then we go for, like... Ebony. Ebony clay, sorry. Oh, that looks better. Okay. Okay. That looks much better. Interesting. So it's almost like we're going for desaturation colors, but okay. Okay, life should be pretty easy. It's the same thing as water, where it's just one color. It's gonna need desaturated light green on the left, darker green on the right. I think we're just kind of ending up with desaturated colors. It's kind of what we're just ending up with, you know? Let's go for regular green, very desaturated. Finlandia? Well, that's just crazy. All right, Finlandia. And then we need a darker lunar green. Ooh. Yeah. Bevel color looks good. Okay, sweet. Now we're really slamming these out. Now that I kind of know what to look for. After life, we have death, right? Yeah. Death and then air. Death should be purple or gray. Ugh. Shoot. What if the color's already desaturated? This is where I kind of think black just looks good. I want to keep up the purple scheme to match that quanta. So I think we go for a super desaturated purple. Would it not be easier to use a color palette generator? Maybe, but we have way more control over this, don't we? What did I say? Desaturated purple? Mamba. Darkness, air, death. Mamba. And then we go for a darker Mortar. Ooh, which is kind of funny because the false god that uses death card is called Mortimer. So, I mean, I hope this works. Oh, yeah. Oh, we're nailing these now. I think that purple looks great. That bevel looks so much better around the art. Man, I just can't stop looking at it. We've gone so far, chat. Okay, so that's death. Next was air. Air's gonna be a little difficult because I don't want it to match water. It is important that they go different. Let's go for a very desaturated baby blue. Almost like Aether, but not as shitty. Super desaturated, like Cascade. Yeah, it's almost like a shade of gray. Air. And then we go darker. Nevada? Nevada? It's not Nevada colors. Yeah, I like having that really bright bevel around it because we're going to end up with cards with a lot of really bright blue art on airs. Because, you know, it's air. They're going to be in the sky. So I like having that really bright bevel around it, you know? Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, then we have Earth. Earth is going to be difficult because the color is already... Oh, no, that's really brown, isn't it? Oh, yeah, this is going to be easy. Just go for a super desaturated brown on the top left. And then just go not as dark on the bottom right. So, like... Fuchsius Gray. Maybe that's not brown enough. I don't know. We'll find out. Before we even do the bottom right here. Oh, no, that looks great. Yeah. No, this is good. And then just go for a really dark version. Well, yeah, let's do like marker. No, more brown. Sand dune. Oh, come on. How is that not perfect? And then armadillo. Oh, I hope this is the right color scheme. Oh, it looks good. Yeah. Oh, yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Armadillo. That's the stuff right there. Okay, so now that's Earth. We have darkness and light, and then we're done, and we can actually start making cards, chat. Not cards, sorry, decks. Well, we gotta make a spell card, but this is the hard part. Darkness. We are not going with the black background. We need to go like desaturated silver, which is gray. So let's go for like dove gray. Darkness, dove gray, and then we go for a darker mine shaft. Ooh, very dark. Go. Yeah, I think it does need that border, doesn't it? And we can always change it later, but I feel like it needs that really bright border because it's gonna have issues otherwise. Okay, light. Light should be easy as well. I almost want to copy and paste the... Then again, we could keep a black border around it. No, too functional. We don't like that. I always end up regretting that. Let's, for now, copy and paste the darkness one. I just want to see how that looks on light as well. That'd be kind of cool if like the irony is that lightness and darkness have the same bevel colors. Yeah, I think that should be the case. I think no, still no, it's not bright enough. It needs to be like a bright desaturated color. It should be like silver. Yeah. Yeah, and we'll make this like 153 across the board. Yeah, I think that looks better. That does look better, doesn't it? Maybe the bevel should be just a shade darker. So like 180, 180, 180. And then here we go 33. Yeah, that's better. Now you can see the bevel a little better. Yellow, how'd that date with the librarian go? It went fantastic. We had coffee. She didn't call me a basic read, so that was a thing that was cool. Chat, I think we're done with Bevels. I think we just throw together a spell. There we go. Sweet. So let's do this. Let's very quickly, under the Maxwell thing, we have cost. Sorry. Stats. Let's go 0. 30. 0. 30. So now this will print. Okay, but I don't want it to show if that is not a thing. So I think what we do is under this, we have an if this. This is stats. So if is creature equals true, do that. So play doesn't print anything, but if is creature equals true, perfect. Okay, excellent. That's all I need is the difference to change, right? Because the effective difference between a relic and a creature is just where it is on the field and if it's considered a relic or a creature. That's the only difference, right? So we could have something like animate relic that would turn Maxwell's pillar into a 0/30 creature or something stupid like that, right? not saying it would be 030, but like the idea is there. So I like that. So now we say false. So there are a couple of things we have to keep in mind. We don't actually have attack and defense stats yet. This is just text that is printed. Same with abilities. So I think what we do is very quickly change our music. There we go. So I think what we do now is under our, I think we make a deck module. Are we ready for that? I think it's time. We have all of our bevels. Everything is done. Everything looks good. Did the Elements community tear my head off for making that? Didn't even post yet. That's okay. Okay. So how do we do this? Well, let's make a new module. I think it's time. Whoops, sorry. View, Solution Explorer, new, add module. Perfect. All right, this is going to be called the deck module. Now, here's what we're going to do. Here's where we need to be careful, okay? First, it's a module interface, so we have to start it with module. This tells the compiler as we're running here, because modules, like chat, what comes first, the chicken or the egg? IntelliSense or modules? They both, that's the issue with IntelliSense right now. So we have to tell it it's a module, because if we mess something up, like throw an extra semicolon in here or something, then the card module, its font stuff breaks if I save it here. So like you'll see a lot of this break in a second. Oh, no, it's an extra line. Never mind. I'm sorry. What if we do something like Surface C, all errors. We come back here to cards, save it. Oh my, oh, there we go. Okay. So could not open module file. So what's happening is it's in the background compiling these modules as we go. Whenever I save it, and if it doesn't work, then nothing from that module works. So it's almost like a pseudo, like compile as you go system. We found a lot of errors really quickly because of that. Intelligence is old. I think it was around in the 90s. IntelliSense, maybe. Okay, dick. So we're gonna import the standard library because we're gonna need it, a lot of it. We're gonna use IOTA today, by the way. And then we're gonna need to import the SDL header, which is a C-based library, but we can import it as a module. We need to import cards. We need to import what else am I importing? We don't need any font printed, right? So I think that's all we do. And then we have a function called export. We're not gonna have a class, right? Or let's think about this. Let's think about design for a second. Are we gonna have a class called my deck? Are we gonna have multiple instances of decks? Or no, I think we are, aren't we? I think that's what we call it. I think we should do that because we're gonna have multiple kinds of decks in the game. We're not just gonna have the player deck. We're gonna have, you know, the computer deck or, you know, multiple decks saved. So they do need to be deck objects. I was debating whether or not we wanted them to be deck objects or just vectors, but I guess maybe protected might be a better one here. So I guess we would have a standard vector consisting of cards. Card? Class qualified name is required. My finished deck. No, I don't like that. We'll just call it my deck, and that's like the final result. Then you have a standard list Not meta list, just list. Consisting of object card. And this is gonna be making deck. So what's gonna happen is we're gonna use IOTA to copy whatever we end up in our list to be our vector that we shuffle and do all that stuff to, right? So list, if we want to add or remove cards, vector would we're in game and we want to call it my deck. Okay, sweet. Do we need a separate thing to shuffle? No, that's what the vector is going to be for, right? Vector can shuffle, list has issues. By the way, do you know the difference between a protected and private, right? Yeah. I do. We want these to be protected, not private, because I want to be able to view them and change them via function. But if we're gonna have setters and getters, we might as well just make them public, right? I think that was a good description. Well, what are we gonna do with it? We could have like a export auto. Oh no, we don't export it. The whole class is there. Auto make deck with whatever parameters that we're gonna have. We're gonna return nothing. Let's think about this. Let's just make all the functions we want to make here. So we're gonna have an auto shuffle. Void. I don't know if I want to make deck. Maybe that's not the right word. You know, I'm trying to think about how to do this, but I think, what was it? It was Elements the Game. It was Elements the Game that, interestingly, if you go over to its card list, they actually define every card as a hex value. I wonder if we should copy that idea. What if we make every card some hex value, some 3-digit code that identifies it, and then we call on that whenever we want to make a deck? Because this is like the original thought, right? So what if instead of, although I guess it's no different than like, it's no different than our vectors, right? Oh, speaking of which, standard vector containing type element data. That is important because we're going to be referencing it later. So we're going to copy that. Make it here. We're going to call it L element data. And then at the end of every element, element dot push back gravity. Whoops, wrong element, sorry. L element data dot pushback. Except gravity isn't made yet, but entropy is. There we go. Okay. Sweet. And now we do this. Here, we'll do this. Aether. Fire. Water. Life. Semicolon. Death. Air. Earth. Darkness. And light. Then at the end, we then return L element data as a parameter, and then it should run. Excellent. Sweet. That worked out really well. Where's my water? I'm thirsty. Okay. So let's go back to our deck here. So we're going to make the deck. We're going to shuffle the deck. This will just shuffle the remaining elements of my deck. Make deck, which will implement whatever list here as vector. So maybe we have auto add to list. Add card to deck. And we'll take some card, new card. And it's going to return void. And this is going to like do some pushback nonsense here. That'll add it to the list. We can have like auto remove card from deck. Same thing. Ugh. Old card. Something like that. Add card to deck, remove card from deck, shuffle, make deck. Are we gonna have draw mechanics here? I guess so. By the way, do you know the difference between protected and private? I think I got it right. So auto, draw card. And all this is gonna do is just remove an element from deck. We just have to be careful, right? List is making the deck, which is add and remove card. My deck will be shuffle, making the deck, drawing the card, all that good stuff, right? Make deck is just the function that iotas list into vector. That's all that does. Shuffle, add card, remove card, draw card. Is there going to be any function in game to add cards to the deck? It would, right? So auto, draw card, which is remove, add card. Ooh, add card to deck. I don't like that. Draw card. What if we have like reverse time that like takes target creature and removes them from the field and puts it at the top of that person's deck? We would be adding a specific card ID into the deck. What's the opposite of draw? What's like an antonym? I need a thesaurus. Hold on. Thesaurus. Antonym draw. Verb. Verb to deduce. Create a likeness. To move by pulling. Antonym. Insert. Oh, that's such a good one. Okay, thank you. Insert card, which is going to be the same thing except the opposite of draw, but it is important to distinguish between removing cards, adding cards, and inserting and drawing, which is affecting two different containers. Shuffle, make deck. Is there anything else I need to worry about? View deck? View deck. Boom, boom. Void. Nothing. And that's just gonna view whatever's in there. Okay. I think that's where we start with in our deck class here. So, let's add cards to the deck, which is the list. So, making deck dot push back new card. Let me think. When we add a card to the deck, do we want there to be some sort of logic of where that's going in the container? Or do we have, no, we can't have like first come, first serve, right? Because what if you add like 2 Maxwell's Pillars an Odiog, and then another Maxwell's Pillar. You don't want like separation there, right? We could sort alphabetically, which means we need a sort function. Auto sort by alphabet. Alphabet. How do you spell alphabet? Alphabet. Void. And then this is going to do something, and then auto view. What if we have other ways to sort? What if you could choose how you sort it? What if we have sort by alphabet, sort by cost? What other sorts would people want? Source by element. Which means I need to import elements. Oh no, I don't. Cards are going to have an element in them. Okay, that works. Oh, no, I do need element. Fuck. Import elements. Okay, so that's going to be a thing. So we sort by alphabet, sort by cost, sort by element. Is there any other sorting function you would want in a card game? Sleepy Mush stopping by to say hello. Well, I'm stopping by to say you're cute. Mwah. I don't know. I'm trying to think in my head in a card game. What else do we want our decks to be sorted by? Alphabet, cost, element. I don't know off the top of my head if there's anything else I would want. Would players want, what would a player expect if they played like Magic the Gathering? How to sort, oh, by type. That's a good one. Sort by type. So like relic, you know, spell, that kind of deal. Sort by alphabet, sort by cost, sort by element, sort by type. I think that's everything you could possibly want, right? I can't think of anything else you would possibly want. I think that's it. So if that's the case, we're gonna have 4 sorting algorithms depending on how you want things viewed. And that would be up to the player in the UI, right? Okay, well, let's do the easy stuff first. Add a card to deck. Boom. And then we're going to have another function, which is sort by choice given. And have like a switch statement or something. So like auto sort by switch given. And then what it'll do is we'll take some value, bool, I don't know, some instance of int x, player input, player sort choice. And then we go by one of these sort functions. So we're going to have a switch statement of player sort choice. Probably should make that an int, right? So case 0. Wait, it's not code. Fuck. I always forget the exact syntax for this. Case 0. There we go. Sort by alphabet. Case 1. sort by cost. Case 2, sort by element. Case 3, sort by type. Default, sort by alphabet. Break, 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 break. And I think default doesn't need a break. Doesn't run. Why? Card cannot instantiate abstract class. What? Card, this thing, cannot instantiate abstract class. Does this mean it needs to be static? No, that would be horrible. You don't want to add a card to every deck in the game. If we have a card... Hold on. Real quick before I forget. 1 second. Let me go to my Discord. Yay or nay on the bevel color choice? I just want to see what they think. I need input. Okay, so that's our cases. Now, what's the issue here? Card cannot instantiate abstract class. Oh, it's the making deck pushback because we don't actually have that yet. Oh no. So what's abstract here? Is it these? Ah, it was. Okay, but this all works. Those are our sorting algorithms. Now, why can't we add cards to these? So we have some deck object called player deck. This player deck is going to be a list of cards that you add and remove, and then when we get into game, we transfer that into a vector via iota, the make deck function. And then once that's done, you shuffle it and do all that stuff to it. But in order to make a deck, you have to have some sort of card object, right? So if we have add card to deck, card, new card, just doing that, does that break it? It does. Because card cannot instantiate abstract class. C2259. Let's see what that means. I haven't seen that before. Not that. Oh, I know what's going on. The card object is a virtual class. So because it's a virtual class, I can't take all instances of card? Isn't that weird? I thought the whole point of an interface was to be able to do stuff with it. Am I misunderstanding C++ interfaces, like fundamentally? I thought the whole point of an interface was you would have the card object, and this card object will contain spells or creatures, and those are the only two differentiations, right? So I thought what I could do is have a card interface that I can then throw into functions. But by doing that, we're having issues because we can't instantiate an abstract class. So how do we add cards? I'm trying to think about how to do this. I mean, I obviously like creature will work. Yeah, because that's an instantiated class. So do I do that and then like, or, you know, am I overloading this? Is that what we're doing? Is like templates? Can you do a template in a class? What a weird C++ thing. I'm thinking in my head about like how to do this. I thought we could just do a card, but it's an interface. That's all this is, just a giant interface for our like giant card functions or classes. And we have creature public card. I thought we could take every instance of card and make it work. Oh. I mean, I guess I could just make this complicated and have like duplicate functions for everything, for like add card, remove card, draw card. I don't know how to do this then. Am I really doing like add creature to deck, add spell to deck? I gotta Google that. I don't know. What a weird thing. Cannot instantiate abstract class. TechNet no longer exists. Sweet. I'm looking. Declares an abstract class or structure. You cannot instantiate a class or structure with one or more pure virtual functions. To instantiate objects of a derived class, the derived class must override each pure virtual function. Oh. Yeah, we do the same thing. So class V is the virtual class, right? A and B are derivatives. A and B I can pass into a function, but I want to pass V. Whenever you derive from an interface or implement the interface methods, you may receive that error. The error occurs because the compiler expects the interface methods implemented in the derived class to have public access. To resolve this issue, don't use more restrictive access permissions for implementation methods. Make the access permissions public for the implemented methods. Yeah, that'll generate it. Huh. So, how do I access it then? If I can't access the interface for card, how am I expected to... Why even have interfaces? Like, why not just make everything one giant card object at that point, you know? Well, in any case, that's it for today. I don't know where we go from here. I guess I could just add creature here instead of card. Maybe we could find out a way to like overload the function so it's creature or spell. I don't know what the syntax would be, but something like that. Because this will work. Whoops. This will work. Yeah, that works just fine. If code had feelings and got complimented, you reckon it would Stack Overflow? What? All right, everyone. Have a good night. Have a good evening. I'm proud of what we did today. It was largely cosmetic changes, like adding a nice little bevel on there, making like all the colors look nice. It looks great. Now we have an issue where we are implementing decks, and I didn't realize interacting with the card interface would be so ugly. So I'm thinking how we resolve that. What I'm thinking is going to happen is we're going to make every creature and every spell have a unique 3-digit hex code. And then in order to add to the deck, you instead of a creature, you add the hex code as like its card value. So we're almost like recreating the derivative, but okay, I guess you can't use the derivative then. Oh well, is what it is. Function definition for that could not be found. Interesting. Update mouse location. What? Don't know what's going on there. Anyway, that's all for today. Have a good night. Have a good evening. See you later. Have a good night. Nobody to raid, so find your own entertainment. Goodbye. Oh shit, I pressed the wrong button.